Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. So today we have a new cross stitch from 7Great, and the manufacturer is Mona Lisa. So let's check out what we got. Y'all see that? That is going to be pretty. Of course, this kit is $17.49 on the website. And y'all, they do have a sale going on right now, so make sure you head on over and check out that sale. And this is called Mona Lisa Silk Fish. And y'all see those kois? So pretty. Of course, this is going to be another silk kit. So y'all, I am absolutely loving these silk kits. They are so cool and so beautiful. I just can't get over how nice they are to work with. Please excuse my fingers. I have some band-aids on. I got a new knife set, like for Thanksgiving, and it's sharp, y'all. Very, very sharp. And I'm not careful. I need to be more careful. Anyhow, so this kit is $17.45 on the website. It is a 9 count, which means you will use 4 strands of thread to do your stitching, and it is a 60 by 60. So let's check out. Yeah, I've been waiting for this one. I think this is going to be so gorgeous. So of course we have the, I think it's a sticker. Yeah, it's a sticker of the picture itself, and it has your dimensions. For 11 count it would be 50 by 50 centimeters, and for the 9 count it would be 60 by 60. Now, if I haven't said anything before about it, the counts, the larger the count number, the smaller your aida is going to be. So the 9 count is going to be a pretty big stitch, and then you're going to go down to like 18, 19, 18, 20, 24, 28, and they're going to get smaller and smaller as you go. So here we have our pattern. This has got 22 colors in it, and it's got some very, very nice... Hey. Sorry, y'all. They're laying in the bed arguing. So it's got the numbers of how many colors are in this, and then it's got the symbols for each color, and then it's got the DMC thread numbers for each color. And it says image sizes and according to what your aida cloth is, and it says specifically that if it's a 9 you use 4 strands, and then if it's an 11 count aida you use 3 strands, and if it's a 14 aida cloth then you use 2 strands. So that's nice that it's right there, because sometimes they don't do that. So let's look at the paper pattern. It's very nicely printed, easy to tell the difference between the pattern colors according to the symbol. Now let's see. It is not tear resistant paper, so make sure you're careful with this so you don't rip your pattern. Okay, so according to this paper pattern, we have 180 stitches one way, horizontally, and 180 stitches vertically. So it's going to be a pretty good size. And the fact that it's a 9 count aida just makes it a little bit bigger than what it would be on other aida sizes. So it has your instructions for your cross stitch, how to choose your thread colors for the printed cloth, which this is a printed stamped cross stitch, and then it has how to choose your colors for an unprinted cloth, which means you're just going by the key and you're doing it as a counted cross stitch. How to stitch your cloth. This says unprinted, but this is how you go to find the center, and you, with an unprinted counted cross stitch, you actually start in the center of your design and then work your way out. With a printed cross stitch, you can start anywhere you want. And then it has on the bottom embroidery descriptions of the different kinds of stitches: a whole stitch, a half stitch, a 4 stitch, a 3rd stitch, continuous stitch, back stitch, cast off, and French knots. And that's just a basic on how to do those stitches. And then of course it has, you know, keep your hands clean, and just little tips right here in your instructions, and then cleaning and maintenance when you're finished with it. So let's check out the kit itself. And this is a silk thread, and then of course your aida is almost always cotton. So first off, let's look at our small needle kit. This has your needle threader, and if you've never seen a needle threader, this is how you do it. You take your needle and you slide it in that little hole, the eye of the needle. And then you take your thread and you put it into that little claw, and then you slide your needle out, just like that. Super easy to use if you have any problems threading needles. So then we have our standard thimble, which maybe I should use that for using my new knives. Just a thought. Anyway, our puff ball, and our needles are supposed to go in that puff ball. But the last couple of kits I've gotten, the needles were actually not in the puff ball. They were just loose in the bag. That's all good. And use the puff ball. And you just stick your needles in there, and that keeps track of your needles for you. So put that together. Stick everything back in there so I don't lose anything. And then we are going to check out, ooh, this is quite large. And there's 2 more needles right there. So it came with 5 needles altogether. So let's stick those in there with the other needles. And let's open this up. Okay, so this is quite large. It's going to take up the whole camera. So again, it's got your thread numbers, and then your pattern, and then your DMC numbers. And this looks like they're going to be pretty easy to read. And these symbols are a lot different from some of the other ones I've had. So that's cool. And then, if you don't know, this is a manufacturing where the end of the aida cloth is, it won't fray, and the other side is already stitched, so you don't have to worry about stitching. And this is 100% cotton, so very sturdy, and I like that these are cotton. Okay, so on the bottom it says 18 by 18, 180 width by 180 height. So it's going to be 180 stitches this way and 180 stitches that way. And let me see. This is the size. This is a 9. And I'm going to show you an example of a different size aida. Now this size aida right here is from another cross stitch that I did, and excuse my finger, it is a size 18 Aida. So you see the size difference between the behind the fabric. And what I mean by Aida is this area that you stitch, which each square is the number 11, 9, whatever, is the size of this square. So the bigger the number, the smaller the square is going to be. The individual stitches. Okay, so let's look at the printing itself. Let me find an area that's got quite a bit. Okay, so this is what the print actually looks like, and you see all the symbols are very nicely squared inside of each stitching square. So that is nice. It'll makes things easier to read when you're doing your stitching. And this has a little bit, some areas where there's a little bit of confetti, not much. It's fairly straightforward. And then it's got large areas of blocking. The blocking is these huge areas that are all one color. And of course, the confetti is areas that have several different colors of areas all scattered around. So next, let's look at our threads. So I'm going to put this up. Okay, so put this here, and then we've got our directions. And then we have our paper pattern. So this has a lot of colors because we're going to need a lot of thread because it is a bigger stitch. So here are our colors. There are two palettes full of thread, and they coincide. These are the same colors, like 1, 1, 2, 2. It's the same colors on both palettes. Of course, these colors are very representative of the colors that are in the picture. So they should be coming out fairly close to what your picture is. Now, I do notice this green is a little different. It's more of a blue-green teal color, but that's fine. It's not too much of a difference. So let's look at the threads. Of course, these are silk threads, so they are super soft and shiny, and they are silk threads are a little more challenging to work with because it will unravel on you if you're not careful with it. And by unraveling, I mean unraveling at the ends, and it'll start looking a little fuzzy. You know, like if you're wearing a silk shirt and you catch it on something, it'll pull a little. Well, anyway, that's the same thing with this silk threads. So I see no manufacturing stops or starts in this thread, which I really like because I feel like when they give you thread and there's a bunch of starts and stops from manufacturing in your kit, then they really didn't take the time to take care of giving you a quality product, which so far I have not received any that have a starts or stops in the manufacturing of the threads. So I really like that. And the second palette is exactly the same. Very, very beautiful colors. So if you would like to check out this kit or any of the other great kits, head on over to 7Great's website and check out. They have so many to choose from. They have holidays. They have, you name it, it's probably on there. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the description box. I will also leave a discount code, which is not, I don't think is good for the sales if you go that way, but it will help you save some coins if you're not using one of the sales. And they do currently have some sales going on. It's like buy 3 get 2 free or something like that. But I will leave a picture of what the sale looks like. But if you want to pick one up, I guarantee you're going to love these kits. Anyway, I hope you have a fabulous day, and thank you for watching, and happy stitching.